It was a crisp evening in Traverse City, Michigan, on March 31, 2010, when Jacob Cabinaw stepped out of his ordinary life and into a mystery that would confound everyone who knew him. A devoted father of two, Jake, as his friends called him, had spent the evening playing frisbee golf with a buddy laughing under the fading light. Hours later, he was gone. Within days, evidence would reveal he'd driven over 1,000 miles to Sweetwater, Texas, before vanishing entirely. What drove this responsible, family-loving man to leave without a word? And what became of him after that final grainy glimpse on a gas station camera? Jake Cabinaw was no stranger to hard work or deep ties. Born on October 6, 1978, into the Grand Traverse Band of Ottawa and Chippewa Indians, he was one of 10 children raised in a bustling Michigan household. Growing up, he was the kind of kid who thrived outdoors, athletic, happy, always ready with a joke. He was a joker, but serious, his mother Mavis Klaus recalled with a bittersweet smile. Very serious about making sure things were in their place and things were clean and easy to find. That duality, playful yet precise, defined him. Family meant everything to Jake. He married his high school sweetheart Rachel, and together they had 2 sons, boys he adored with a fierceness born from his own father's absence. When his marriage ended in 2008, Jake didn't falter. He moved back in with Mavis, balancing full-time work as a master mechanic at Dave's Garage, the best repair shop in town, with his duties in the National Guard and studies at Northwestern Michigan College. Just 3 weeks shy of graduating with a technical science degree, he dreamed of becoming a nurse, of helping people in a new way. He's the proverbial give you the shirt off my back kind of guy, his older sister Sandra said, her voice thick with pride. That night in March, Jake met his friend Gary Wittig for frisbee golf, a simple ritual to unwind. Gary remembered him in high spirits, tossing the disc with easy laughter. He didn't seem upset at all, Gary later told investigators. Never mentioned any problems. After the game, Jake dropped Gary off at a beachside park. Gary suggested a drink at a bar, but Jake waved him off. "Gotta study, eh?" he said, flashing that familiar grin. It was the last time Gary saw him. When Jake didn't come home, Mavis felt the first prickle of dread. This wasn't like him. He didn't vanish without a call, a text, a heads up. By April 2nd, her worry turned to action. She reported him missing, but the police shrugged. Adults can leave, they said, and a week had to pass. Then came the alert: a $40 ATM withdrawal from Jake's account had been declined for insufficient funds. For a man meticulous with money, it was a glaring anomaly. Mavis marched back to the station, bank statement in hand, and this time they listened. The investigation began. What unfolded was a trail as bewildering as it was haunting. Phone and bank records sketched Jake's path southward in jagged strokes. At 10:31 p.m. on March 31st, $140 was withdrawn from an ATM in Cadillac, Michigan, 40 miles from home. No video to confirm it was him. By April 1st, surveillance caught him at a gas station in Matawan, still in his work clothes, alone in his 2002 silver Chevrolet Malibu, looking in trouble. That same day, he made his last call to the National Guard, verifying his student status, pinging from near Springfield, Missouri, 800 miles away. His phone went silent after that charger left behind. In the early hours of April 2nd, an Arkansas officer found him sleeping in his car at a rest stop. The ID check confirmed it: Jacob Cabinaw alone, no signs of distress. It was the last time anyone could say for sure they'd seen him. Later that day, his car bought gas in Fort Worth, Texas, then again at 4:49 p.m. at a 7-Eleven in Sweetwater, nearly 1,400 miles from Traverse City. The footage from that stop showed a silver Malibu and a man in cargo shorts and a white tee. But was it Jake? At 62 and lanky, he'd never worn baggy shorts. Sandra was adamant about that. "They're sloppy, and that's not the way he dressed," she said. The figure seemed shorter too. Doubt lingered like a shadow. Investigators grasped at theories. Had Jake chosen to flee to Mexico to start over? He didn't speak Spanish, had no passport, and no border record marked his name. Yet in 2017, a chilling clue emerged as car's VIN surfaced in a Mexican scrapyard. Had he driven it there, or had someone else? Another idea floated: drugs, a quick cash grab gone wrong. But Jake had no history of that. and his family bristled at the thought. He would not have abandoned his children, Sandra insisted. He was hands-on present. If he were alive, he'd be home. The mystery deepened with strange ripples. In 2013, $1,500 from Jake's National Guard retirement plan appeared in Rachel's account, a flicker of hope snuffed out when no link to him emerged. A year later, a fraudulent tax return filed in his name led to a dead end of shell companies. And then there was the classified ad running for years in the local paper. Missing Jacob Cabinaw, last seen in TC 33110. Forever in our hearts, always looking for answers. Sandra discovered it was placed by an ex-girlfriend of their brother Jay, a woman their family had once sheltered. It was a quiet tribute to a man who touched so many. For the Cabinaw family, the years stretched on heavy with absence. "We love Jake, and we need him to come home," Mavis pleaded. Rachel ached for their sons. "I'm sad for the children especially," she said. "They talk about it a lot. Xander's in therapy now, but they're resilient, doing well in school." Sandra clung to belief. He had every intention of coming back. It's out of his character to leave without telling anyone, especially Mom. Jake's best friend, Ken Beringer, echoed her. "This isn't the Jake I know," he said. "We spoke almost every day. He was always smiling. If he had problems, he'd have told me." Detective Jason Polzine, too puzzled over it. He loved his kids. He wasn't one to just up and take off. So what happened? Why the 57-mile detour to Ardmore, Oklahoma? How did he fuel a 1,400-mile trek with no card purchases between Michigan and Texas? Was the man in Sweetwater him or someone else? The questions gnawed his family, a relentless ache. "It's the not knowing that's a cancer," Sandra said, voice breaking. "It eats at you." We just hold on to hope. The disappearance of Jacob Cabinaw lingers, unsolved, a story of a man with everything to live for swallowed by silence. His family waits, hearts open for the day the truth breaks through.